It's Nova Market Pulse time, where we show you how to win in the Northern Virginia real estate market. So whether you're buying or selling, I'm going to coach you how to get the best possible terms. Today, we're going to talk about a special type of mortgage called an assumable mortgage, and how you as a buyer can save some serious money if you buy a home that has an assumable mortgage. And if you're a seller, it shows that you could probably sell for a premium because the buyers can save so much money. All right, so check it out. This is how it works. Every home in the United States that has an FH or a VA loan, that can be assumed by the next buyer. And so if you assume their mortgage as opposed to getting another one, you're going to have a couple big advantages. Number one, you're going to have a lower monthly payment. That's why you're assuming their mortgages, their interest rate is lower. Number two, more of your payments right off the bat are going to go to principal. And number three, you're going to pay the loan off faster, right? It varies with every home, but I'm going to show you how that works. Okay, so to demonstrate how this works, I'm going to use a real property that is, as the day of recording, in coming soon status. So if you're seeing this soon, probably in active status. If you're seeing this a little bit after the publication date, well, it's a good reference point. And every property that has an assumable mortgage is unique, and that's why it makes sense to work with someone like me that understands how these work, right? And so what I'm gonna do is do a comparison, all right? On the left-hand column right here is showing what your payment would look like if you assume this mortgage. On the right-hand side is what it would look like with a brand new mortgage that has, say, a 5.75% rate. So as the day of recording, that would be a really competitive rate. So as you can see, the taxes, HOA and condo and hazard insurance, those are all locked in. So those are the same across the board. But when you compare the top line, the principal and interest, you're saving about $940 a month, assuming this rate. That's the impact of that 2.65 versus the 5.75% rate. Now you do have an add-on here that is only on the mortgage assumption, which is the MIP. That's the mortgage insurance premium that pays for the FHA program. Even when you assume it, you have to pay that. And so that tax on $189 and change. So the end result is a payment on the assumption of $29.27 versus a new mortgage of $36.79, savings of $751 a month. Okay, so let's dive into the specifics. I'm going to do my best to show you an apples to apples comparison, but when you're looking at a new mortgage versus an assumable mortgage, it's kind of difficult because in an assumable mortgage, you're going to always be obligated to pay the difference between the sales price and the existing balance. So in this case, that's about $185,000, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this with that 185 down, assuming that you're paying the full asking price of the coming soon property, versus 20% down with the new mortgage. Okay, so that is $65,000 more out of pocket at closing for the down payment. All right, now let's take a look though at what happens afterwards, because you're assuming this on their current schedule. And in this case here, assuming that you went to closing and your first payment was in April of 2026, you're skipping basically the first 53 payments. Those are made by the soon-to-be former owner, the person selling it to you. And a great thing about mortgage amortization when it comes to assumptions is the mortgage is front-loaded. So on a new mortgage, on your first payment, when you look at that P&I, the principal and interest, only 17.89% of that P&I goes towards principal, versus when you're doing this and you've missed the first 53 payments, you're at 50.8% of that first payment is going towards principal. So you basically take into account that you're paying more towards principal and you're making 53 less payments, and the savings are absolutely huge, right? So let's look on the left-hand side again. The assumption, the total interest paid is going to be $156,621 versus on the new mortgage at the higher rate with 53 more payments is going to be $528,413.90. So when you put this all together and you look at the enormous savings in interest paid, even when you factor in that you're putting $65,000 more down, and then you're also having that mortgage insurance premium for the 307 payments you're going to have of $58,000, you're still saving $247,782.37 by assuming this mortgage. And you also have the benefit of enjoying that lower out-of-pocket cost each and every month. So if you'd like to learn more about how this works, just email me, Eddie@berenbaum.com, and I will send you, number one, details on this property so you can see it. I'll set you up on a saved search so you can receive properties that are on the market in your local area, and you'll get notified when new ones come on that have assumable mortgages. All right. And then also share with you a spreadsheet showing how these savings work. So you can email me, Eddie@eddieberenbaum.com. I do these videos each and every week. So if you like it, please subscribe. And also hit that like button so the algorithm knows that you dig what I'm doing here. If you are a real estate agent and you'd like to learn more about assumable mortgages, you can also check me out at balancebusy.com, because I do these trainings for the people that subscribe to my platform. All right, I'll see you next week on Nova Market Pulse.